Okay, this isn't a channel I've used for Godot tutorials or anything like that, but I just had to make this because it took me so long and I couldn't find any good tutorials on this specific thing, which is making breakable tiles that are breakable from an area 2D, or basically a player attack. So right here, I have this like drill move on the player or whatever, right? And it has the hitbox right here, it's the area 2D, right? And I wanted this to break the tiles. What I thought would be the easiest thing to do would be to get the area 2D and get the, when this collides with a body or an area or something, it would get that body, get the ID of it, and then just delete that tile, right? That'd be easy. But you can't really do that because the body that it interacts with is kind of the whole tile map. So you have to specify which tile you want to break, or else it just doesn't know what you're talking about. It thinks you're talking about the whole tile map. So what I've done is I've made a new scene and called it break detection. It's an area 2D. The layer is, a destructible layer, and the mask is, it can interact with the player and the player attack. So make sure that the mask is the same as the actual area of your, layer of your hitbox. The script here is luckily pretty simple. We have a variable of the tile position, which is a vector2 I, not a vector2, a vector2 I. And in the ready, we set that tilePos to global.tileset local to map global position. What does that mean? Well, global.tileset is a global variable, which if you don't know what that is, just look it up. And it goes local to map global position. What that means is it sets the local position of this area 2D and it sets that to where this tile is on the map. Then when the area 2D is entered, it gets the area that entered it, which if it's a player hitbox, it gets the tile set again and erases the tile at the tile position. And this is breaking it. You can add some particle effects here, any other sounds or whatever, and then you queue for it, you get rid of it. So what you're gonna do now is in the tile set, you're going to make a new plus in your scenes collection, and you're going to add the scene of your break detection. And what this lets you do is it lets you paint this scene as a tile, and you can paint that onto other tiles to make them breakable, because when the player interacts, it'll break the tile that is on. You can't have two tiles on the same tile, obviously, so you need to make a new layer. And if you haven't done that before, it's just the layers tab down here in the tile map inspect. You just add a new layer called tile properties, and then you can go get your break detection and put it on whatever tile you like. It doesn't even have to look like a cracked one or anything. If I run the scene, it'll break all of them with the particle effect, which I'll change later. It's just a bone right now, but you kind of get the idea. Now what you notice is that the detection is actually bigger than the actual tiles, and that's because we want it so it breaks a little bit before the player goes into them, so they're not colliding into tiles that they've already broken. And that way when you do this and you adjust the hitboxes right, you can get a nice straight line going down.